Welcome back to the podcast, Benjamin.
Yep.
Hot topic. I reckon people
I don't know, this is not a hot topic. This is a
I
topic
reckon-
that people don't talk about.
Yeah, but it's a hot topic people want to know about.
Oh,
This
for
is like
sure.
if you want sticky beak, you're about
people
to
are gonna
open
wanna know.
Pandora's
Yeah,
box.
especially agency. If you're an agency.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about churn, client churn,
Client churn.
losing clients, why, how, what to do about it, and I'm comfortable going personal. So if
Yeah,
you're
why
comfortable going personal,
But we're pretty open. We don't
no, we
hide.
are. We're very
Yeah.
transparent. Integrity is one of our value
nothing-
pillars, right?
yeah, there's nothing that we hide.
Look, back in the day, I remember you coming on. I remember this so clearly. I obviously am an emotional person.
Are you?
Yeah. Ben has no emotions. So, but I remember so clearly a conversation you had with me, and you were like, Jodi, churn happens.
It does.
Whilst I was dabbing my tears and had a snot nose.
Yeah.
It's hard because you invest so much emotionally into business. Your goal, well, not everybody's, but I know our goal and intention is always to do things with integrity. It's always
Yeah.
to do the right thing. And I say to clients in my role, we make mistakes. I'm not going to sit here and paint a perfect picture. We are going to stuff up at some point, but when we do, it's how we repair, it's how we fix. And churning is something I've gotten my head around. However, there's ways that we churn and how we do it and the why and what we then do that I think is worth having a conversation about, because you can do it poorly
I think so, yeah.
and you can do it well.
yeah.
And sometimes you can do it poorly despite every effort.
Yeah.
And a lot of it will come down to just sometimes people are not going to be a good fit long term, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So, why do we churn? Full transparency, we churn because we have done maybe not necessarily the optimal job in the past.
For sure.
Poor communication.
Communication is probably one of the worst.
It's
Or the most common.
it's almost always not that we didn't do the job, it's that we didn't communicate that we did the job.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard back from insert team member name for 3 weeks. Yeah, but I've done the work. Yeah, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And it's a common thread that we hear from other companies coming to us as well, from other agencies.
Oh, yeah.
We can have it where a client will come to us and it's like, oh, they're doing SEO, and I'll have a look at the results, and it's like, oh, you're actually
What are they
getting
doing?
No, you're getting a great result. And they're like, yeah, but I don't know that.
Yeah, because no one's told me.
Nobody's talking to me.
Yeah.
So
I had a meeting last week, and the lady was like, it takes me 1 to 2 months to get any changes to my Google ad campaign over the line,
yeah.
which is unfathomable to me.
Yeah.
So, yes, sometimes it is because we have dropped the ball in our execution or something like that. But more often than not, as you said, it's our level of communication, or our lack, or our ineffective, or whatever that looks like. That can often come down to a good cultural fit. It can also come down
Cultural
to a team
fit's
member.
common.
Yeah, it is.
And I say common for us, I think it's common in general.
Yeah.
And it's not one way. It's a cultural fit
From both directions.
And,
Yeah.
and I think the longer that you're in our position or in an agency, even as a freelancer, you will get those flags of where they might not be the right cultural fit for your business, and vice versa.
I put a video up on my personal branding about that actually recently.
Yeah.
And it kind of went a little bit viral by my standards. I mean,
Yeah.
like 3,000, Jodi Teason _
Yeah.
And it was about that cultural fit, and actually
Yeah.
about not cashing a check for the sake of it, quote unquote, just to bring anyone on. But it's about if there's red flags, genuine red flags about this person's aggressive, or they're not letting you talk, or they don't see the value in marketing, or they're pretending like they know it all, well, then you do it.
Yeah.
And I actually said that to someone, and,
Yeah.
and I put a video out about it, and it really resonated even with other agency owners on the coast. So.
And it might be, though, that there's another agency owner or another agency that can align to that character.
Oh, 100%.
It's not right or wrong.
It's just not right for us.
It's just not right for us.
Right. And when you take those on board, often that's where the communication breaks down. And that's not to remove ourselves from responsibility of the cases where there has been a communication
No,
breakdown.
not at all.
I'm sure I'll be the first to put my hand up. You know
Yeah,
me.
yeah, for sure.
I own my shit, right?
Yeah.
We've made mistakes. We do make mistakes.
Yeah.
How you finish things, how we finish things has so many times, and I can think of clients this year in the last 3 months, Q1, who have come back to us going, we went elsewhere, it didn't work out, you guys actually know your shit, or,
big time.
yes, you dropped the ball, but we still want to work with you.
Yeah.
Please, can we work together? Of course we can. If we'd ended that badly going, screw you, see you later,
you're
whatever.
wrong, we're right, move on.
There's
gonna work.
so much power in the word sorry. We've actually have workshops and conversations with our team about how to apologize. No one wants to hear sorry, but. No one wants to hear sorry, but I was away. Sorry about this. Sorry about that. No, I'm sorry. I dropped the ball. We messed up. How can we fix it? The
100%.
amount of money that we've refunded as an agency over the years, tens of thousands of dollars.
Not worth it.
To put our money where our mouth is, to go, we effed up. I'm sorry. Let me show you what that our relationships means more to me than the money.
100%.
It goes a long way.
Yeah.
And even so, there have been conversations I can think of, you know who I'm talking about, where you've come out the meeting room and you says to me, Jodi, I tried everything.
Yeah.
I tried listening. I tried empathizing. I tried proving a point. I tried apologizing.
Everything.
I tried this person is just not to be appeased.
Yeah.
And that's just going to happen.
Yeah.
And you made your peace with it.
Yep.
And it sucked and we were there for you and that just happens.
Yeah.
That was hard.
It's hard when you're the business, you're always the bad guy. And no matter if you're genuine and no matter if you're genuinely trying to help, it's like you are being there and you are trying to do absolutely everything in your power, financially support, resource, you name it, and
you're just the bad guy.
You're just the bad guy.
Yeah.
And there's no fix, no matter how hard.
No matter nothing. You just can't do anything right.
Can't do anything
and
right.
in that particular instance that we're both referring to, that person was not the right fit for us from the get-go.
Yeah.
And we knew that. And we knew that.
We
didn't bring them on board to cash the check. We brought them on because we wanted to help and they needed help.
Yeah.
And it went badly. And it's like, trust your gut, right? We're talking about personal branding at the moment, and we've got this content creation crew coming out tomorrow. And one of the questions that we're talking about is, what's the biggest mistake you made in business?
Yeah.
And the biggest mistake that I've ever made in business, and as much as possible, I think you know what I'm about to say, is not going with your gut.
Yeah.
And not actioning what you know. There's a lot to be said for that. And it sounds really touchy-feely, and it's not very strategic and money and whatever, but the times we haven't, it's backfired. We went, we saw that coming.
Yeah, and I sit on this, and I said this to you the other day as well, I sit on the fence on that. You learn from your mistakes. I'm like, if you learn from your mistakes, then they weren't mistakes. Because then it was meant to happen, so you've learned from it. So it's a lesson.
It's a lesson,
so
not a
I always
mistake.
struggle with that, like the learn from your mistake concept, but I do agree with the trust your gut thing. There is so many situations, whether with clients, with relationships, with whatever it's been in the past, of where we know that something needed to happen and it didn't, and it should have. And it's like, from something like bringing a client on, it's like, I don't think this is the right client for us. We should have called it before we took them on.
And now that we are doing that.
And we are doing that now. Like, there's so many clients that we are not in a good way. I don't mean it in a good way, but it's just like, there's clients that are coming to us that are, I call it what it is. Eye-watering money that 5 years ago you'd be like, this would be a game changer for the agency. And now we're like, you know what?
Not worth it.
It's just not worth it.
No.
I can see where this is gonna
Fracture. Yep.
This is just not worth bringing this on, and that, I think, is probably the biggest cause of churn. More than the communication, yes, but people not making that call before they come on.
Takes balls to make that call, though.
Yeah, because nobody likes being rejected.
Boy, oh boy.
Know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nobody likes to be rejected. We've had people.
Not because I get rejected. By the way. Just
No. Yeah, like we've had it in the past where we've.
Yep.
Like, I think we still have a Google review from a client who was rejected because we didn't have the resource to fulfill what they wanted
within the deadline. They wanted, within 3 days, they wanted an outcome. 3 days of us meeting him, by the way, not onboarding.
We don't have the resource to do that.
And we got left a 2-star review.
And then we get a 2-star review because we don't have the resource to do it. It's like,
sorry for being honest. Sorry for managing your expectations.
On and don't.
And then shit the bed.
Do it.
Yeah.
It's unreal. So.
No, people don't like being rejected. And I get that.
I'll take the 2-star review rather than working with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the devil that for sure. No, 100%. But yeah, as far as churn goes, I think, there's lots of different reasons for it. A business is always going to churn. And when you talk about numbers from a percentage perspective, the bigger you get, the more churn you have. Because if your churn is a certain percentage, as a statistical average.
Well, it's always a percent, right?
Right, exactly. So if you have 50 clients and then you double, and now you got 100, you're going to get double the amount of churn in a time
Unless you
frame.
can reduce your churn
And
percent.
so I hate...
Same as staff, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like, we go 6 years and it's like, oh, we've had no staff leave. And it's like, now we've got staff leave. It's like, yeah, we've got 30
Because
staff.
yeah, exactly. And
Staff are gonna leave.
and no one's left for 2 years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People are going to leave.
Absolutely.
We've got 30 staff.
It's just normal. But
It's normal business.
And I hate saying this. I wouldn't say this to someone in a heart-to-heart one-on-one, but as a business owner, I can talk for myself, I've had to get thicker skin in that space.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
otherwise
I
I'll just
get
go home crying all the time. Not that we churn all the time,
don't.
but I don't want to, for that reason, you
sure.
make me cry all the time. But yeah, you have to kind of develop a thicker skin, and as much as business is personal and, you know, blah, 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 and relationships and all that stuff, people leave.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
It's just the cycle. It is how it goes. And when you're a business that doesn't do contracts,
Yeah.
the frequency is slightly different. Our responsibility is to work as a business, is to work on our customer lifetime value. And to do that, we need to be putting out a better output and better communication. And I don't want to abdicate our responsibility in that space. Like we work on that. But we are going to make mistakes. People are going to leave for a mistake or for no reason whatsoever.
So 2 parts from that. One is I say this to the team, and I say this to individuals all the time. I've got this. I've never got a problem when somebody churns. That's what I say. I say to if somebody comes in and is like, "Look, I'm sorry, somebody's going off board." Bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
I never have a problem if somebody churns. What I expect from it though is to understand why they churned, and then some form of solution so that problem doesn't happen again.
Correct.
That's what happens, right?
Plug
so
the hole.
You plug the reason, you learn, you fix, you move on, so then that reason for churn doesn't happen again.
Hence, it's a lesson.
Hence the lesson part, and I
Not a
understand,
mistake.
and not a mistake.
Yeah.
So, who is it? Is it Netflix or something like that? Have that celebration thing? Have you heard about that? There's this thing where when somebody makes a mistake, I don't know if it's Netflix.
Oh, like within the organization.
Yeah, don't come at me, Netflix. I think it's Netflix. When somebody makes a mistake in the organization, they celebrate it. Yeah, this is the thing.
Because it's a lesson.
They celebrate it, and then they have to announce it, and then they fix it.
Far out, man.
And then it doesn't happen again. Because they celebrate the mistake, that it's happened, this is why it happened, this is the cause of why it happened, and then they fix this, and then it doesn't happen again. So, anyway, that. Then it's looking at the solution to how to fix it.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important. We've put, to talk about churn, over the last, our churn rate statistically is below the industry average.
You.
Great. But over the last 2 to 3 months, we have found areas of where we can not plug gaps, but be better in areas. So we know that client communication is one of the hardest or one of the most common reasons for churn.
Yeah.
Not just churn, but dissatisfied customers in general.
Yeah.
So we've built proprietary systems to fix those problems. So that isn't about not then, it's just fully automated and you just talk to an AI bot. It's not that.
No.
It's to aid the team to be the most effective that they possibly can to make sure that they can get the communication right, on tone, on objective, with the client, hitting deadlines, meeting expectations. Think about if you are in a position and you're an agency that's having problems with churn, think about those small instances of what is a common theme. So look at maybe the last 10 accounts that you've had or the last 5 accounts that have churned and why, and then understand and start looking at solutions or systems or processes to fix those. We've spent a lot of time over the last couple of months, again, not due to influx or whatever, it's more an opportunity to also forward think and deliver a better outcome. Like we want to deliver a better standard.
Yeah.
So
consistency in business is, in my experience, wildly underrated. So we love coffee.
Boring.
It's so boring, right?
It's boring.
It's the same as health and fitness. We talk about this all the time. It's like there's nothing exciting about getting healthy. It's like you drink 2 liters of water a day, you go to the gym 4 times a week, you do a couple of walks, the end. Yawn. It's not the cold plunges and all the stuff that you're talking about at some point. There's nothing sexy about it. It's boring.
It's boring.
But running your business like a franchise is scalable. And we talk about, as I'm inside the agency, I said it this morning, I want to rely on platforms, not people.
Yeah.
Because platforms are unemotional. Platforms don't take sick leave. Platforms
Yep.
are there and they are predictable by and large. Relying on platforms and not people means I don't have to unnecessarily interrupt my team to ask them questions about something and it also, and this is the part we love, inspires resourcefulness because you can go, so if someone comes to us with a question, you go, have you looked, have you Googled, have you whatever, right? That is now at the size that we are at within the strategy team, which is my team, now transferring into how we sell and how we scope. We're now looking at frameworks for our communication style, frameworks for how long we are doing strategy. What does that strategy entail? How many minutes are we talking about this and this? And that sounds really boring, but it sounds also just churning, like just burning and churning, but it works. It also means that a client coming in the door, whether they talk to me, Dan, Alex, James, you, Hayden, whoever, can expect a consistent experience. And that you mentioned before about the tone, the language of the brand.
And what I think is really, for a lot of businesses or individuals, that might be quite hard to process or...
I'm saying at our size.
No. But like...
I love get really passionate.
It's when a business grows up, and I say that we've grown
the business, not the owner.
Yeah, when the business grows up, some of the things that have to happen when you're a small business, you would never have thought would be the way that you would do it.
Yeah.
That's probably been like a learnings for myself, is that you go back when you're the team of 10 and when you're the team of 5, a lot of the things that you do.
Team of 10 wasn't that long ago. It was like a year and a half ago.
But you change, and it's not that it's wrong when you're a team of 10. It's actually right when it's right then.
It's the point of scale.
But it changes when you get to a certain team size. So the way that you have to do things changes. So you might hear that there's frameworks that get put in for sales, and if you're a team of 5, that's not necessarily the right way maybe for your size at this time, and might sound
ridiculous and
unnecessary.
And it probably is.
Come back to us when you're a team of 30.
Yep.
And you'll see it. It's really unique on how you have to change that sort of behavior and how things work in an agency, like hierarchy, and actually having seniors and having leadership structure and being accessible. What were we talking about at the beginning of this, by the way? Churn?
Yes.
Sure, cool. Tangent. But that changes so much as that organization scales and you grow. You have to put that framework in.
And I'm going to say that arguably the most important consistency that you can have is in your culture and the people that hire.
Yeah, massively.
You and I both have a friend/acquaintance in our circles whose business blew up. He's now publicly traded, I believe, has a board and like 600 staff.
Sure. I was like, who are we on about?
I went to a business breakfast with him about a month ago.
Yeah, I know you're right.
Incredible local, when I say local business leader, international business leader.
Yeah.
He said that there was a point at which his business was scaling so fast that the culture, they didn't have time. If you had a heartbeat and a hammer, you were hired. That was it. Because they were scaling so fast with outside their control. They just went, right? He said it took 18 months to fix the culture from that.
It's unreal.
And they did it.
Yeah.
They, maybe wouldn't have done it differently because they couldn't. But he said there's ramifications to not having consistency in the culture. And I would say that, yes, that is incredibly and arguably the most important thing. But that consistency needs to be in culture, in marketing, in your approach to finance, in your frameworks, in your processes, in your systems, in your KPIs, and that scales. Like, we never had KPIs for our team up until 12 months ago? No. 15 months ago, beginning of last year? Right. We didn't have official KPIs. And
No.
we argued, like, talk about getting an insight. You and I argued about that because
Yeah.
I'm like, I want KPIs.
Yeah.
It was a timing thing.
Yeah.
Put them in. Oh, cool. Now we need more.
Yeah.
Appropriate ones for the size and scale at which we're at and where we're going on the trajectory that we're on.
And it's interesting, though, because, like, you look at insert business owner of who we were talking about. Mm-hmm. You couldn't have probably changed that.
No, there was nothing he could have done.
And that's the thing, right?
No.
So he goes through this.
Well, he could have, but he didn't want to. And that's the approach
but
we
it would
would
have
take.
been, that would have been hindered on the growth. Because he
That's
wouldn't
what
have
I'm
been able to
saying.
grow as fast.
I wouldn't have wanted to. I would have probably done the exact same thing as him. I would like to think I would. Look where he is now.
And it's, well, yeah.
He's
Doing all right. Yeah.
got zeros on us.
So it's an interesting thought.
Yeah. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that consistency, you know, again, let's pull it back to churn. People want predictable experiences because predictable is safe. So we mentioned this.
They know what they're getting,
Yeah.
when they're getting, and they know what they get. They know that they're getting what they're paying for, when they're getting what they're paying for.
Yeah.
Who it's by.
That's right.
Consistent.
That's right. Yeah. And yeah.
And that's one of the biggest focuses that we've been pushing for the last probably 12 months has been getting our consistencies as consistent as possible. Getting solutions in place that no matter who you're talking with, no matter who you're working with, the outcome is the same.
You have a good
the result is
experience.
going to be the voice, the tone, the approach, the person,
Promises
the culture,
made.
the promises, the time frames, you name it.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah.
And we will be doing that until it's right.
Absolutely. And I mean, then you go to the other end of the scale and you look at like the biggest franchises in the world, McDonald's, KFC, whatever.
Yeah.
Still, they've got all the systems dialed in.
Yeah.
They're the gold standard of consistency frameworks, perfection of, franchise. People still have terrible experiences. They still won't go there. They still don't
get
like
the wrong
it.
order.
Right.
Still happens.
Right. So when the conversation comes back to churn, you can do everything right, and churn will still happen.
But expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expect it. Strap in. Say sorry. Do what you need to do. And at the end of the day, if you get a bad rap, bad review, or whatever, that's just business.
Yeah.
That's business.
Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for our next episode.